Okay, so Silent Whisper is streaming right now, and I happen to have a little bit of free time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and bother him with my shulker box of night vision potions. See, the trick is that, like, if you take off all of your armor and drink a night vision potion, you disappear naturally. But also you can put on a bee head, and you're nearly indistinguishable from a regular Minecraft bee. So I'm gonna go and bother Silent Whisperer. Oh my god, look at this! It's like the tiniest bee, but with giant wings! I look like a complete idiot! A phantom head would look really good on this. Either how. And graceful landing. Buzz.
Loy!
Buzz.
We got ourselves
Buzz,
a
Buzz.
Loy here.
Buzz, Buzz.
Don't let him fool you.
Buzz,
He's not
Buzz,
an
Buzz.
invisible angry bee.
Done it. I am totally a bee. Look, here. Have. Done you silent.
Fizz. Loy brewed up an entire shulker box of invisibility potions on accident.
Ah, crap's sake, Silent. Why do you watch my videos? Ah! What is up, world of the living? My name is LoyXP and welcome back to Truly Bedrock. As you can tell, the audience and, well, the other server mates have figured out that I do indeed have potions. And, well, we did have a little bit of a meeting and people have confirmed that my suspicions were absolutely correct. People are kind of bonkers right now for night vision potions. So I've been here milking Fregory for all of his delicious golden carrots, and the chest of cake is getting more and more cake. This is mildly disturbing. Now the golden carrots we are kind of set on, we at the very least have a way to get them. But if we want to farm night vision real good, we will need some help. We will need some help specifically because all of the nether fortresses are already robbed of their nether wart. I'm late, I need nether wart for this. Luckily, Zap, of all people, has been the one person in the nether who is really willing to share, and apparently he already delivered me a little bit of a care package. The care package doesn't have nether wart in it. I mean, I do need red nether brick, but not for this project, Zap, thank you very much. And that's not even getting into the fact that we will need redstone for this project. And that's an entire thing. We'll deal with it a tiny bit later. Right now, let's go grab the nether wart directly from the horse's mouth. I mean, from Zap's base, he has a farm. I mean, I'm assuming he has a farm. He just delivered me a shulker box of red nether brick. That would have been, what, 15 nether fortresses robbed? Oh, Zap's base is covered in chunk border armor stands. What is going on in here? One of these chunks is not like the other. One of these chunks has netherwart farm. Ooh. Okay, it's very not subtle. I'm just gonna yoink a stack and replant myself. So, we're now just gonna go back to... I'm sorry, I was about to say something. All thought processes have been completely derailed. Do I not have my spyglass on me? Will I have to look at this with my eyes absolutely unprotected? Pota! Thumb. S. I am assuming this is tea stone. But apparently there's also Horus fruit now being grown. So... there is a lot of thought processes that will have to happen for me to comprehend what's going on here. I mean, I guess that's one way of giving the competition the finger. That is a disturbingly detailed pixel art. It's like in the exact memory. Oh, there's a chest and there's a signs. Why would you eat this, bruh? They got the word toes in them. That's just not right. Potatoes. Ah. That's a toe now, is it? I am, you know what? He makes a compelling argument. And he even added... Oh, no. He added moss to the fingertip. This, no. Just no. This is awful. Admittedly, it's not as awful Admittedly, it's not as awful as 700 snowmen being spawned at my home base. So I'm gonna let that slide just enough for Silent to notice it and, you know, tell me on how exactly we're gonna deal with the situation. I should probably adjust the pixel art though. It's so flashy. It's so flashy. Why is white terracotta so flashy? Okay, this is approximately as much damage control as I'm willing to make without Silent being involved, because as the previous episode of Truly Bedrock should have proven to you, when Silent gets involved with my pranks, they kinda get 1,000 times more awesome. So I'm just gonna leave this here and deal with the rest of the damages when the Pigo logs on. I like how I can like squish this pig's head with a chest. That's adorable. So that's gonna be dealt with for the time being. In the meantime, I have my own project for the day, and it has to do with this potion tavern we founded a couple videos ago. Incredibly proud of how detailed this build came out, to be completely honest with you. Incredibly proud. I may have gotten bottles of plenty for our night vision potions shop, but unfortunately I ain't got a nether water plenty at all. I do however have a ton of soul sand which needs to be planted. And if we're gonna make ourselves a redstone potion brewer today, it helps to have the nether wart already planted and growing while I work on it. It takes some time, and unfortunately, or fortunately, literally fortunately, nether wart in this game is kind of useless to farm not manually. You see, fortune actually works on it, and you cannot auto-plant it anyway. So you can't have a farm that just runs itself in the background while you work, but you can have a farm that grows itself in the background while you work. Bonus points for Foxy No Tail, having heard that I want to build a nether wart farm, or like nether wart field somewhere, and having instantly declared that he really doesn't want to see it. So, here it is my area, approximately, it marked out with, you know, dark oak planks. And on that side of it is Mr. Bitstone, and on that side of it is Mr. Foxy No Tail. We're building another wart field on the side that is, you know, neighboring Foxy No Tail, just to upset him. Look, I don't care that he thinks that this is ugly. It isn't. He can't prove it is. I do need to get myself soul soil shoes though, eventually. Look, my best friend's a piglin. You would think that I would already have some. This may be a permanent fixture of the base. This probably is not. But Foxy doesn't have to know that. So the ingredients are more or less taken care of. Please don't talk to me about redstone. So we now need to put together a potion brewer for it, and we already have made one for, you know, the splash potions of weakness and all that, but it does help to make the new and improved version new, improved, and also much more powerful. Remember, we got a sugar box packager planned, we have an entire potion bottle maker planned as well, and if I can find my box of redstone, then we will maybe make it. Thank you, God! I've decided that this contraption is gonna be made on the basis of snow blocks, because I have a lot of them. There is literally no other reason. No, the more I think about it, it actually like is a very bad idea. I really should not be doing this. So if I did everything correctly here, and there's really not that much to mess up, then as soon as this chest here fills in with water bottles, this clock is gonna stop. And as soon as it's not filled with water bottles, it's gonna restart again. So here's hoping. Please, no, dude, remember to fill them. You know, with water. You know, the glug 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 kind. Okay, so far so good. We can feed glass bottles in here via this hopper. And we can also try and read from this chest into a different kind of area where we can set up a lamp that will be the indicator of whether or not we're doing good on water bottles. Now, it would be logical to make one singular version of this apparatus that's gonna feed into all of our potion brewers. We're not doing all potion brewers for now. For now, we're just doing the night vision one, so I will not be bothered too much yet. Besides, come on, It's such an easy contraption. We can totally make like 20 of these. And it's not like water bottles themselves are expensive. It's basically 1 emerald per thing if you have yourself a librarian. Okay, this is filled, this is stopped, and if we take out, let's say 1, 2, 3, because that's how many a potion brews, this boy instantly refills them. What a wonderful life. Now for the hard part, we now need to make these into delicious. We can't sell plain water, my friends, we're not freaking like raw. Now here's a new fun policy I came up with. Now, whenever we can run out of something, we actually hook a comparator to it and we have this red line going out of it. Meaning that basically we'll be at all time gathering data from these things. If this torch is on, then this thing ran out of material, then we need to stop brewing immediately. And the same policy goes for every single ingredient we have. We really only can't do this with the blaze powder, because the blaze powder in here is immeasurable. You cannot guess how many is in here stashed already. But we can probably just cram a hopper full of like 5 stacks of it, and if this hopper runs out, that's when we stop everything. It's okay to have some extra. We will want extra anyway, because it takes a little time to process everything. So even if we were reading directly from the brewing stand, it wouldn't do us any good, because it will still finish the cycle. Anyhow, this is incredibly funny to me, because it basically is gonna be like a 7 input AND gate. And if you know what a logical gate is, I mean, that's probably not funny to you anyway. And of course I'm labeling all of this with the exact material that goes into it, just in case, because Lloyd from the future, he's a moron, that guy, and we cannot count on him doing anything competently. Hey, I resemble that remark. So, you ever get the impression that my redstone is like way too convoluted? Haha! You rube! You fool! You absolute nincompoop! I haven't even added the item sorters yet. I probably will not be adding the item sorters at all, because this is getting way too complicated and convoluted as it is, and I don't want this redstone contraption to cause the entire server to hustle every time I launch it, or even by just, you know, looking at it a little bit weird. Though I do admit, for a perfect way I want to do this, this brewer needs the item sorters or something like that. Because otherwise there's like a big human error going on, where you could potentially put the wrong ingredient into the wrong chest, and then you will have to like, the entire cycle gets broken. Otherwise, as long as it's provided with the right materials, which is sugar boxes in here, empty bottles in here, this should just perpetually brew until it runs out of one of the above mentioned. Which is interesting, because once it runs out of the sugar boxes, that's actually the trigger that, yo, you've done all there is to do. Stop! Which is funny, because this thing not only breaks itself if it runs out of one kind of a material, it also instantly breaks itself as soon as it runs out of space to put the newer potions into. And that's just sad, honestly. Potion brewers are incredibly fiddly once you really get down to it, as long as you want them to kind of watch themselves. Which really makes me think, this is all just night vision. If I so much as decide to make, for example, invisibility, which is just night vision plus a fermented spider eye, I'll have to just redo this entire sequence and then add a whole other ingredient to it. I just... Is this how I want to handle this? The answer is yes. Yes, this is how I want to handle this. At the very least for the time being. Night vision is one of the most, if not the most useful potions in the flipping game. Maybe right after the fire resist, but fire resist is specifically generally traded with piglins, so it's none of my business for the time being. Not until I get myself a gold farm. So let's go get a stack of each of the ingredients and see what I can do. Seriously? Seriously? That's it. Was I like actively not loading this area, or does the nether wall just legitimately grow this slowly? I'm just gonna go snag some more from Zap's farm, frankly. He won't mind if I replant. Well, with this blaze powder over here, I bought from Groova. Not to self-establish a bulk ordering supply chain with Groova. We should be okay. I have 9 shulker boxes loaded into the system. We got all of the potions in here. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Let's see how this goes. Do I even have enough water bottles for 9 shulker boxes? Well, we're about to find out. In the meantime, I can put together a little bit more of a laboratorial environment for the upper level, for the restocking area of the brewery. Thank you, Tiston, for all of this quartz. You know what I'm thinking? I miss when the redstone lamps were less of a redstone component and more of an active decorational kind of thing. It was a lot of fun seeing them here and there, and people just kind of stopped doing that. Now that we have lanterns and jack-o'-lanterns and sea lanterns, maybe eventually I will get myself some glowstone farms and start using the redstone lamps all over the place. They are nice. I've been missing them a lot, actually. And there's the first shulker box of our machine. Let's see. All 8 minutes. All night vision. Oh my god, we're doing great! I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this thing to finish processing whatever it is currently processing. This is amazing. We are in business. Just need to, you know, maybe make it not look as creeperable right now, because God knows snow is very not blast resistant. But also need to actually work on the storefront itself. That's right, we aren't really telegraphing that this is a tavern with any of the branding. And also we still need the actual area where we'll be selling these potions, which, you know, is at the bar over here, to resemble, well, the bar over here. That would pretty much be preferential. But I'm guessing that will have to wait for the next episode, just like I will have to wait for this thing to actually process everything. Speedy this is not. But at the very least, it seems fairly reliable, as long as I don't try to actually log off, log on every now and again. Because when I tried to log off and log back on, this thing successfully broke and produced this bizarre runoff, because the sequencing of the ingredients kind of got broken. And that got broken, it's seemingly because this here clock is not always firing the way it's supposed to, because it doesn't really survive the, you know, the break in a AFK session. Or maybe it's just Beardstone is online again and he has an industrial area this size of the entire server. Point is, there is a little bit more babysitting that I need to do here, but luckily it's the kind of babysitting where I don't have to actually do anything. I just have to literally put myself in a hole in the ground and sit here until either I'm done or this thing runs out of ingredients. And worst case scenario, we'll just do this. And it will block off the entire system forever. So you keep doing that. 3 shulker boxes of this stuff. At 8 minutes per potion, that would be 10.8 hours of night vision. You can almost watch the entire Lord of the Rings with this. And still somehow not quite enough for me to go into the business. Hey, that's okay. We still have all the branding, all of the messaging and all of the advertising to figure out. And an entire PR nightmare with the giant toe sticking out of the potato sign that Tiston built. Some days, I swear, some days on this server. Well, with that said, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been SloyXP, this has been True Bedrock. To be continued, have a good one. Bye bye.